Welcome, beautiful souls, to this portal experience. What you're about to experience is not a video you watch, it's a transmission you receive. A workshop that will literally activate dormant codes in your DNA. I'm Elena de Avalon, and I died on a Thursday. Not metaphorically, not symbolically, literally. My heart stopped. My breathing ceased. And for 4 minutes and 27 seconds, according to the doctors, I was no longer here. But here's the part they can't explain. I was completely conscious throughout the entire process. I watched my body on the operating table. I witnessed the desperate attempts to bring me back. And I saw something that forever changed how I understand what you call life and death. You didn't arrive at this transmission by accident. Not today, not at this exact moment in your journey. You were guided here because a part of you already knows what I'm about to share. A part of you has already experienced small deaths, disappointments so profound that something in you had to die so something greater could be born. Let me tell you about the day my DNA literally rewrote itself. It was during my recovery from that death experience, and I was in the middle of what different doctors called a medical mystery. In less than 1 week, I lost 6 kilograms of body weight, my hair started falling out, and my vital signs became so erratic that multiple doctors couldn't explain what was happening to me. But I knew exactly what was happening. My consciousness had expanded beyond what my physical form could contain, and my body was literally restructuring itself to house a higher frequency of awareness. During those 4 minutes and 27 seconds when I was clinically dead, while the doctors were trying to resuscitate me and I was completely conscious watching it all, I received a vision. I saw my DNA as twin spirals of light, spinning faster and faster until they became pure information. And in that state of pure information, I could rewrite anything. Any limitation, any genetic pattern, any ancestral program. I saw that every trauma my ancestors had experienced was stored in my genetic code. Every fear, every limitation, every belief about what was possible or impossible. But I also saw that I had the power to transmute all of it. To become the phoenix that rises from the ashes of generational patterns. When I returned to my body, everything had changed. Not just my consciousness, but my actual physical form. My blood type had changed. My allergies had disappeared. Scars from childhood had faded. Even my eye color had shifted from brown to green. The doctors had no explanation. But I knew I had accessed something that every human being has the potential to access, conscious genetic reprogramming. And that's what we're doing here today. This is not about positive thinking or visualization. This is about actual measurable changes in your genetic expression through consciousness. But before we begin the activation, you need to prepare your space. This is sacred technology we're working with. Your environment matters. Your intention matters. Your willingness to let die everything you thought you were matters. First, create a sacred space. Light a candle if you have one. Turn off all devices except the one you're experiencing this on. Sit comfortably, but keep your spine straight. You're about to become a conduit for cosmic information. Place your hands on your heart and feel your heartbeat. This heart has been beating inside you since you were 6 weeks old in your mother's womb. It knows rhythms older than your conscious mind. It knows the frequency of your soul's truth. Now, set an intention. Not a wish or a hope, but a quantum command. What aspect of yourself are you ready to transform? What genetic pattern are you ready to rewrite? What version of yourself are you ready to become? Feel this intention not just as a thought, but as a frequency that your entire body resonates with. Your DNA is listening. Your cells are preparing for transformation. And know this, you didn't find this transmission by accident. Your soul called you here because you're ready for what's about to happen. You're ready to remember technologies that are coded in your very essence. Welcome to your DNA activation. Welcome to becoming who you were always meant to be. Close your eyes now. We're going deeper than your conscious mind, deeper than your personality, deeper than every story you've told yourself about who you are. Breathe deeply. With each breath, feel yourself sinking into the quantum field that underlies all reality. The field where all possibilities exist simultaneously. Imagine that you can see inside your body, into your cells, into the nucleus where your DNA lives. See those twin spirals, like cosmic staircases, carrying information that spans millions of years of evolution. But now, see that these spirals are not just biological. They're made of light. Liquid light that contains the experiences of every ancestor, every lifetime, every version of yourself across all dimensions. Feel yourself shrinking down, becoming small enough to walk between the rungs of your DNA. You're entering your genetic library, the cosmic database of who you are and who you can become. Look around. Some sections glow brightly. These are the active codes, the parts of your potential that are already online. But notice the sections that appear dim or dark. These are dormant codes. Sleeping potentials waiting for activation. These dormant codes contain abilities you had in other lifetimes. Healing gifts. Psychic abilities. Genius-level intelligence, deep spiritual wisdom, technologies of consciousness that you mastered in ancient times. Walk towards the section that feels most magnetic to you. This is the code that's ready to activate today. As you approach it, feel it beginning to pulse with light. Your attention is literally charging it with energy. But before this code can fully activate, we need to clear the interference, the genetic trauma that's blocking its expression. See now the shadows wrapped around this bright code. These are the fears, limitations, and traumas of your ancestors. They loved you enough to carry these patterns so you could heal them. But now it's time to transform them. Breathe golden light directly into these shadow patterns. Watch as the light doesn't destroy them, but transmutes them. Every trauma becomes wisdom. Every fear becomes courage. Every limitation becomes expansion. Feel the generations of your ancestors, mothers and fathers going back hundreds of generations, standing behind you, witnessing this moment of transformation. They're smiling because they know their struggles were not in vain. Through your healing, their suffering becomes sacred. Send gratitude to every ancestor who carried pain so you could transform it. Send love to every generation that survived wars, famines, persecutions, losses, so you could be here now, with the consciousness to heal it all. Now watch as the dormant code begins to unravel itself, like a flower made of light opening its petals. Information is downloading into your cells. New neural pathways are forming in your brain. Your endocrine system is recalibrating. This is not imagination. This is quantum biology. Your focused attention is literally changing the expression of your genes. Science calls this epigenetics, the ability of consciousness to turn genes on and off. Feel new capacities coming online. Maybe it's enhanced intuition. Maybe it's healing abilities. Maybe it's access to higher dimensions of consciousness. Maybe it's the ability to manifest reality directly through intention. Trust whatever you're experiencing. Your DNA knows exactly what you're ready for. It won't activate anything you can't integrate safely. Now, see this activated code sending tendrils of light throughout your entire genetic structure. It's communicating with every other gene, every other chromosome, creating a new harmonic pattern throughout your entire system. Your cells are literally singing a new song. The frequency of who you're becoming is reverberating through every organ, every tissue, every system in your body. Feel this new frequency extending beyond your physical body, creating an electromagnetic field around you. This is your new energetic signature. People will sense this change in you, even if they can't consciously explain what's different. Now, I want you to see yourself as you are right now, and simultaneously see yourself as you will be 6 months from now with this genetic code fully activated and integrated. See these two versions of yourself existing in the same space. Feel the quantum field collapsing the timeline between who you are now and who you're becoming. Time is not linear in the quantum field. Now, step forward into your future self. Feel yourself merging with this upgraded version of yourself. Let your current identity dissolve into the expanded identity you're becoming. This is not pretending. This is quantum mechanics. You're collapsing probability waves into a new reality. You're literally becoming the version of yourself that exists in a parallel timeline where this genetic code was always active. Feel the power of this new you. Feel the confidence, the clarity, the expanded abilities. This is not who you might become. This is who you already are in the quantum field of infinite possibilities. Now, anchor this transformation in your physical body. Feel every cell accepting this new programming. Feel your nervous system calibrating to handle higher frequencies of consciousness. When you're ready, slowly expand your awareness back to the room you're in. But know that you're not the same person who began this journey. Your DNA has been rewritten. Your potential has been unlocked. Beautiful soul, take a deep breath. You've just undergone a genuine genetic activation. Your DNA is now expressing patterns that were dormant when you began this experience. But here's the crucial part. Transformation without integration is just a spiritual experience. Real change requires anchoring these new patterns into your daily reality. For the next 7 days, you're going to support your genetic activation with specific actions that signal to your DNA that this transformation is permanent. Day 1. Identity integration. Act as if this genetic activation has been part of you your entire life. Notice how you walk differently, how you speak differently, how you make decisions from this new level of consciousness. Write in a journal, I am. And complete the sentence from the perspective of your activated DNA. Day 2. Cellular nutrition. Your cells are rebuilding themselves with new genetic instructions. Support this with the highest quality nutrition you can provide. Fresh, living foods. Pure water. Maybe fast for part of the day to give your cellular machinery space to work. Day 3. Frequency alignment. Listen to music that matches your new frequency. 528 Hz, 741 Hz, 852 Hz. Let these sounds continue calibrating your genetic expression. Your DNA responds to sound vibration. Day 4. Relationship recalibration. Notice how your relationships feel different. Some people may feel energetically incompatible now. Others may be drawn to your new frequency. Trust these changes. Your genetic activation is attracting your new tribe. Day 5. Creative expression. Your activated DNA wants to create something new in the world. What wants to be born through you? Art? Music? A business? A new way of being? Give it expression. Day 6. Intuitive guidance. Your psychic abilities have been enhanced. Practice listening to your inner knowing. Make at least one decision based purely on intuition, not logic. Day 7. Integration assessment. A week from today, return to this space and notice what has shifted. How is your body different? Your energy? Your relationships? Your creative output? In the coming days, watch for signs that your genetic reprogramming is taking hold. Physical signs, changes in sleep patterns, appetite, energy levels. You might need less sleep but feel more rested. Your body might crave different foods. Old symptoms might disappear. Emotional signs, increased emotional clarity. Situations that used to trigger you might feel neutral now. You might feel more compassionate, but also more discerning about energy. Mental signs, enhanced intuition, clearer thinking, access to information you didn't consciously learn. You might find yourself knowing things without knowing how you know them. Spiritual signs, stronger connection to your higher self, increased synchronicities, a sense of being guided by intelligence beyond your personal mind. Social signs, some relationships become more harmonious, others might feel strained. You attract people who resonate with your new frequency. Now, I need to share something important with you. When you activate dormant DNA codes, you don't just change yourself, you change the morphic field for all humanity. Every person who undergoes conscious genetic activation makes it easier for the next person to do the same. You're not just evolving individually, you're contributing to the evolution of our entire species. This is why you're here during this time of planetary transition. You're part of a genetic upgrade that's happening globally. Millions of people are spontaneously activating dormant DNA codes. But with this activation comes responsibility. Use your enhanced abilities in service to love, truth, and the elevation of consciousness. Use them to help others remember their own divine potential. Beautiful soul, you entered this portal as one version of yourself and you're leaving as an upgraded version. Your DNA now carries active codes that were dormant when you began this experience. Trust the process that's unfolding in your life. Trust the changes you're feeling. Trust the new capacities that are coming online. You are not the same person who began this journey. You are the phoenix who has risen from the ashes of old genetic programming. You are the ancestor future generations will thank for doing the healing work. Until we meet again in the quantum field, be gentle with yourself. You're integrating cosmic technology into human form. Rest when you need to. Hydrate well. And remember, you are becoming who you were always meant to be. This is Elena. And you are the Phoenix rising. Welcome to your new reality.